Hello everybody and welcome. We're checking out the Skycrane in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This one is nicknamed the Goliath, as you can see on the front nose. We're right now in also Glasgow, Scotland. Beautiful environment. I love this place. This place is real nice. But yeah, this helicopter, it's very intuitive, to say the least. Details really well done. And let's go pick up the chocks real fast and then we'll jump inside. This one we will go through the actual startup process because this one's kind of got it's got a few things to do. I don't know why we have an F-18 randomly in front of us and we have a plane without a text string. Oh well, let's just keep going. Let's go ahead and get inside. Before we get into the cockpit of the Skycrane, we're going to go over the three variants that are in the sim right now. You have the firefighting configuration, which you see right here, has a hose and everything. You have a default configuration. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like a lifting mechanism or something. I'm not 100% sure what the tanks are and stuff like that. And then we have a lifting configuration where you have a hook and you can fly around some cargo. And then we have also some liveries as well. We have the Goliath, which I'll be running. You have the Army Green, Big Red, and Blackbird. But we're going to go back to Goliath. And then as always, you have your fuel and payload and your identification where you can change your tail number, call sign, flight number, and so on. There is no point or entry point, so you have to well, control or not control, shift C to get inside. But now we're inside and yeah, she's very well done. There's lots of things to her. Redundant door charge handle, not sure. We'll just leave that the way it was. There's definitely a lot of switches in this thing. You can do a lot. Let's go ahead and turn on the battery. Battery's located down here. All right, battery is on. We're gonna go here to our checklist. All right, chocks have been picked up. Doors, seats, parking brake set. Most of these is already good to go. Generator switches are off already. All switches are off. Standby altimeter is set. Basically, most of this stuff's already done. Yep. Battery switch is on. We just did that. External power. There we go. External power is good. Area is clear. Let's turn on the APP master switch, which is located up here. And then start. And we can check those off. I'm not hearing anything. Should be fine. Start, hold switch. It says hold switch. Well, I can't hold. Oh wait, this is different. No, there it is. There it is. That's what we were looking for. And then any century. Like double clicking constantly trying to get this thing to work. I think we'll be fine. It'll start fine. Go ahead and switch that. at fuel switch. There we go. Wow, it wanted me to click this and then turn on the fuel. Kind of, my opinion, kind of backwards, but it works. Inverter switch is on. Down here's the inverter switch. Generator switches are down here as well. Let's go and kick those on. Turn these switches on. External power needs to be off. Go ahead and kick that back off. Landing lights. Oh. We'll leave those on. And then lights. Position lights. Let's turn everything on. Safety first. Looks like everything should be good. Flight controls. Looking good. And the collective is also good. Before starting, cyclic position control stick must be in the neutral. Collective. Parking brake set. Rotor. Fuel pumps. Fuel pumps are down here. 1 and 2's right there. Then you have a cross feed. Right fuel shutoff valve. We'll leave that. That one's already in the right position. See, this is off and shut, so this just means it's shut. So we want open. Then we want to close. I don't know why this is. I'm just following what the checklist says, and it says then okay, cross feed. Then you turn off cross feed. And then you turn it on the other pumps. Okay, that was that one already. Didn't mark it down. Nav lights are already on. Avionics master switch is right there. There's a lot of switches to flip in this bird. Not a bad thing either. And then engine start. Area, make sure area is cleared. Pull that out. That's this N1 lever. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this off. Engine. This is the left engine start button. Right back here. That is the right one. Yes, that is right. Actually, no, come on, stop acting up on me.
Engine 1, failure. Engine 1,
there it is.
Failure.
Pull it down and then hit
Engine
this
1,
button.
Failure. Engine 1,
No.
Failure. Engine 1.
All right, this is the right one.
Failure.
So
Engine
let's
1,
go back over that
failure.
again. When you do the engine startup,
1, failure.
you hit this button and you have to pull down lever 1 to idle. Once you do that, then you can actually start the engine.
Engine 1, failure. Engine 1, failure.
Yep, right here, ground idle,
Engine 1, failure.
then left engine start, which the left engine ignition is down here.
Engine 1, failure.
This helicopter's got some it's very complicated what to do, which is actually I kind of like it. Makes you have to think more on your feet. All right, so engine, left engine start, confirm start. We're good to go. We're gonna also dump this thing into full open. And then watch the power rise. It's good to go. Left, already, it says right even here, put the full open. Right, N1 lever. Shut off, already in that spot. Well, we actually pull that out. Start. All right, engine. Duh. I always get it backwards. Don't pull out the yellow. I keep getting myself, I get myself mixed up too easily.
Engine 2 failure.
So do not pull out the yellow. Leave it as is, essentially.
Engine 2 failure. Engine 2
Everything's
failure.
starting up now. We're looking good.
Engine 2 failure. Engine 2 failure.
Then we come down here and do ignition.
Engine 2 failure. Engine 2 failure.
Ignition switch.
Engine 2 failure.
Ground. All right, we're already there.
Engine 2 failure. Engine 2 failure. Engine 2 failure.
Confirm engine started. And then put it down to idle. Or at full open, actually. All right, we're good to go. Clear all that. Next thing. Anti-ice. Is your anti-ice. Pitot heat. Pitot heat's right there. APP stop button. Stop button's right there. Shutting down. APP master master switch. It's to off. And then fuel switch is to start. And that was back here. That was off. It says flip to start. Alright, so we'll just... There. So, our startup is done before taxi. Area is cleared. Chocks are lifted. Passenger has their briefing. Everyone sit back, relax, and don't jump out of the helicopter. Avionics is set. And brakes. We're good for takeoff. I don't normally do checklists, but this helicopter you kind of need it because there's a lot of switches you need to go through and procedures for this start sequence. Let's go on the outside. This helicopter is pretty easy to fly. I really like it. But let's go ahead and do a little bit of a flight around. And again, the spawns are nuts for planes right now. You got a giant airliner in the middle of a general avionics or general aviation parking lot. Interesting. But let's go ahead and take off. Lifting the collective. Normally you would taxi, but we're just going straight off. Very simple takeoff. That was probably the cleanest takeoff I've ever had in any helicopter. trying to set my trim. Figured out how to do that. Apparently it was already preset to my joystick and I didn't know this. So I'm trying to set that now. And then I'll show you hands-free flying. Alright, we're hands-free now, kind of. Stick is flat. Nope, nope, nope. Put that nose back down. You can see the stick barely moving. Gotta find that sweet spot. There it is, hands-free right now. Look at this beautiful countryside outside of Glasgow. This helicopter is beautiful. I love it. Going about 100 knots, which is pretty much almost like that's max speed. I shouldn't say max speed, but it's redlined like optimal speeds. But yeah, this helicopter is really good. Same thing here. You have your pilot book here. It tells you the flight time, total flight hours you have in the sim, how many miles you've flown. Let me go move them over. Yeah, how many hours, total flights. Let's see what else is there. Airports visited, total takeoffs, total landings. So don't judge me on this because I don't actually end my flights by going to the airports. I usually end them in the middle of the air when I do my recordings. So don't judge. You have your map here. This is where we took off from over here. But I do like the fact that I figured out the trim. So there's one joystick little device on my joystick that moves my face or my head in the sim, and then next to it is another little kind of like a D-pad, I guess, and that is what actually is helping me trim out the helicopter so I can go straight. And it is, since I figured that out, took me long enough. The helicopters in this sim fly so much nicer. Now the next thing is learning how to hover in a helicopter. That's not exactly an easy feat to accomplish. Now most current day helicopters, they have it set up like you can just flip a switch and it just hovers. And a lot of current helicopters, but a lot of your old helicopters don't have that. And look at the windmill farm below us. That's a lot of windmills. Are we still gaining altitude? Yeah, a little bit, not by much. Let's go ahead and point the nose down a little bit more. Let's go ahead. We're going to flatten her back out. But yeah, I really do enjoy this helicopter. It's a lot of fun to mess with. I'm right now going through the career mode, trying to get to the helicopter so I can learn how to use this with the hoist or the crane and do all kinds of things with it. I'm looking forward to doing that, and I'll be when I get to those areas, I will also put those on the channel. I have a new series going on right now for doing the career mode, and when I get to more relevant missions where it's actually some fun stuff to do, I'm starting to put videos up. Now I'm grinding my way right now through the the basics flights, the basic stuff. It's because it's not anything that's really like, oh, this is really cool. It's just, you're just flying around people at this point. But once they get to more interesting things, more stuff will pop up on that career mode on the channel. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to the channel also, please do so. It helps me out a lot. Channel has grown exponentially in the past like year. I mean, the channel's only been around for 3 years, and we've grown a lot. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all you, all the fans out there and all the followers. I would have already given up on the whole YouTube thing. But if you haven't, I already did that. Anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed this. We're gonna take a look on the outside again. I hope everyone enjoyed this video going over the Goliath. That's the name on the front of the helicopter. The Skycrane. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Yeah. I know I did. Later.